Oh, I'm live. Here we go. Right, can you hear me, everybody? All right, 47 people online already. Seriously. Oh, hello, everybody. Okay, so right, we're live. It's Saturday night, everyone. It's quiz night for the second week in a row. We've decided to go on the medium of YouTube. Well, that's dropped. It's gone from 51 to 36. It's all we have, Youngy. Oh, hi, Jen. I'm trying to bring a little bit of relief to our lives in this period of time. And if we can have an hour where we can share a drink together, what it's all good. Thank you very much. So, as many of you might have seen already, then the I want to say, oh yeah, the link. So the link to the quiz has changed. So if you can just make sure you use the new link. Most of you have got the message because I've just looked a look and we've got 64 people connected, which is great. I think we can get to the mighty 100 though. That would be fantastic. So everyone, if you start getting on the quiz page now, I'm just going to check because I know there's a bit of a time delay on this. So bear with me a second. Peanuts. Oh, okay, it's not so bad. It's about 10 seconds. Well, 10-second delay then. We'll take that. Okay. So, hello, everybody. Let's have a look. So, hello to Kirsty. Hi, Kirst. How you doing? Tough time for all of us. Key workers in the house. Scotty Bell, good evening. You did well last week, Scotty Bell. You've got to keep it up. Good evening, Lindsay. Hope that's alcohol free. No. You can't have a drink. It's only my first. Agnes Weld, thank you for bullying your dad, Agnes. We appreciate that. It's what's been really nice has been people been telling about like families that are joining together to do this and things like that. It's been really, really lovely. That's great. I've met all the old quiz teams from the Troll that used to do the quiz with me. Good evening, Sam, lads. Oh, your mum and dad are joining in too, Kirsty. That's great. We love that. Scotty Bell's in it to win it. Good evening, Dan Bell, Mazam Shaba. Maybe DJ Young might come out later on tonight. We'll play some smashing tunes. I might do. If anyone wants to stick around afterwards, I might put some tunes on or whatever. So when we get off, we're already up to 74. So if we can get as soon as thank you. It is a beautiful shirt, Sam. The shirt has returned. Yeah, Manchester trips. They love the shirts then. So once we get kind of close to the 100 on my connected users on the My Quiz, I'll start the quiz. There's about a 10. I've got about a 10-second gap in delay, so I've obviously got to be wary of that because I don't want to give the answers out too early. But just to explain the quiz for anybody who is joining us who is new tonight, each question you have 40 seconds to answer is multiple choice. Some questions have more than one answer, which is very, very exciting. 40 questions, and the rounds this week are famous landscapes, which is 10. Landscapes. Oh, what is that? Famous landmarks. Sorry, that's a completely different thing. Favorite landmark, famous landmarks, which is 10 questions. Music, which is 10 questions. TV and film, which is 5. Sport, which is 5. On this day, which is 5, which things have happened obviously on this day, and on this year, which I believe is 1996 this year. 1996 is the year that we're doing. Haley D, I was hoping for the wig again. Yeah, sorry, Hals. I was genuinely thinking about doing a full workout video before this as Joe Wicks. I didn't want to embarrass my wife, though, if I'm honest with you. I think she would have been ashamed. And my mother-in-law, who watches this, and my mother, in fact, who I believe is watching this as well. So there you go. So how is isolation treating everybody? Beautiful day today, isn't it? It's been nice. All I've heard is the sound of lawnmowers across the LA today. Hope everything's going well for everyone. It's and hello to again all my key worker my old civil service colleagues, my current colleagues at the force. Yes, I have just said that, Kirsty. Yeah, some of us are still working. Who else we got? Anyone who's in the NHS, of course. Cleaning up your mess. Yeah, absolutely. I'm rubbish at my job. Completely rubbish. Shout out for the Bomber clanny. Skegness. Biggie yourselves up, but Meggy's is better, isn't it? Let's be honest. Cleethorpes in the house. Dan Masson been doing dissertation work. Deadline is Tuesday. They're still giving you a deadline, Dan. That's harsh of them, isn't it? That's no need for that at all. No need for that at all. Shout out for the Huntleys. Yes, rocking healing. The Huntley family. Good evening, Emma and Thomas and everybody's there. Did I miss a birthday last week? I believe I was meant to say something for a birthday. If I do, happy birthday to all of you involved. How many have we got? On 78 people logged into the quiz. Leicester. Oh my word! We're in Leicester. We're going all over the place. Good evening, Lee in Leicester. Wow. Sam Broughton, I've got a lovely sunburn today. That is because you're very pale, Sam. I'm sure to show you my pink bits next week. Look forward to that. Maybe you should live stream your pink bits, Sam. Sam is single, by the way, everybody. If anybody's single and ready to mingle, give Sam a call. Lovely lad. Dirty as hell. Yeah. We're up to 80. Oh, Kirsty's winking at me saying, not anymore. Bill Drinkwater, good evening, the Drinkwater family. And everybody from JCP who's playing tonight. Got 62 people watching me. This is really bizarre. I feel like a really poor man's Joe Wicks. So winky face Kirsty, who what are we implying here? If anyone did tune in, by the way, because they thought this was Babe Station, I do apologise. That comes after 10 o'clock. There you go. Bennett's in the house. Hi, Josie, Caroline and family. The Young family in Louth. Ah, there you go. Good evening, Young family. I'm not aware of who you are, but thanks for playing along. So we're up to we were 80 users a minute ago. We've gone down to 75. Everyone get back in the quiz. So basically, what will happen is that if I can start this early, and I want to start this early because everyone's eager. Good evening, Ross and Carly and everybody. Ross, how are we have a drink tonight, Ross? Just give me a timetable of the drinking affairs this evening, because last week I heard you were hammered during the quiz. Not you specifically, but maybe your better half. You're my brother. Okay, that makes sense. Hi, Mark and Julie. How are we doing? Lovely people, Mark and Julia. Lovely to see them on the quiz. Is that blowing a kiss emoji? Well, there you go. That's nice, isn't it? That's nice. First drink Cali on the 8th. Doesn't surprise me at all. Point scoring on the quiz, I might as well explain that as well, because if I'm honest with you, I don't really know quite how the point scoring works. I maybe should have told you that. But what happened? Hi from Buckinghamshire. Oh my word, we're going really down south. Anyone further away than Buckinghamshire? Let us know. How exciting. But yeah, so sorry, I got sidetracked there. So yes, basically, the quicker you answer, and if you get it right, the more points that you get, basically. And you will see, if you haven't played this before, that basically you will see a live tally of your score. I can only see the top 5 until the end, and then it tells me the top 10. So as we keep kind of posting along, if you want to tell me what your scores are, that would be amazing. Haley D in Hampshire. Hampshire is further than Buckinghamshire. Hello there, the Dailies. Hope everyone is all right. Fantastic. I just went to drink my microphone there. That one right, was it? Cheers. Loving it. Thanks, Haley. That's appreciated. Nice, good to see enthusiasm. We love all that. So we are just 4 minutes away then from the quiz starting. Our winner last week was Jordan Cressy. Well done to Jordan. Give us your best Alan Partridge. Jet. From Wings, the band the Beatles could have been. The Millards are in. Hi, Pete. Hi, Jenny. We've got Doncaster. Doncaster's in the house. We've got going all across the country. I feel like Joe Wicks when he's got that guy in his ear going, right, we've got someone from Australia. Oh, it's amazing. It's terrific. Odds on you retaining your title. Only you can be the destined of that. Maybe we should start putting bookies on this one. Maybe we should start putting odds. I would say your favourite, Jordan, but I know tonight people are teaming up, so that makes things a little bit different. People are teaming up together to see if they can do it. So I don't know. It's an interesting concept, isn't it? So 82 used on the quiz now. So busy one tonight. Very exciting. It's got 3 minutes until quiz starts. So if you have basically then, just to show you, you should have a screen that looks a bit like this on and ready. Okay, so it says my quiz on it, and it should have a countdown on yours. Okay, so yours will have a countdown, and then when the countdown begins, that is when the quiz is starting, and it's fully live. Might find there's a little bit of a hello there, Robsy. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything's well. So basically it is a live quiz, like I said. So we're up to 87 now on the connected users. Can we get to the 100? 13 people. Get any more people to connect. When we get to the 100, that will be amazing. So the phone's been going off left, right, and centre. I don't know what's going on. If I get YouTube notifications or what. Or someone's just messaged me and said they've got me on my telly. Has anyone else got me on the telly? It's a bit weird, isn't it? If you have. Fair play. Hi, Dan. Dan was the one who alerted me that there might have been something wrong with my previous link. Basically, you could have just played the quiz there and then, which might have given you an advantage now. Some of you might have already played the quiz and not told me. If so, well done for keeping it quiet. But Dan discovered the error, and because he's a good, honest boy, he told me immediately, or a grass. Which way? Depends which way. What's your opinion? Peter Millard is Robin asleep yet? No, she is not. I took her on a 5.5 mile bike ride today, Pete. Thought that would knock her out. But she got a new lease of life when Mummy came home from work. So Mummy is dealing with that currently. Whilst I am down here drinking beer, like the good daddy that I am. She off all day. I've done most of the work, I know. So 89 users now. We've got a minute, or less than a minute to go. All right. Ella 123. Hello, the Perrys. Oh, hi, Ellie. Ella, there you go. The Perrys are around the corner, so far away. And they're competing separately. Oh, my word. Hence why it just spiked to 92. So here we go. You're going to notice now that your screens are going to change. It's 9 o'clock. You should see a countdown on your screen. And away we go. Question number 1. David Livingstone was the first European to see which great waterfall in 1855? Was it the Agusa Falls, the Angel Falls, Niagara Falls, or Victoria Falls? The Agazu Falls, the Angel Falls, Niagara Falls, or Victoria Falls? So we've got 10 seconds remaining. And the answer is... It is Victoria Falls, and 43% of you got it right. And you notice I put a little fact on there now. The Victoria Falls lie on the Zimbazi River. They are 1 mile wide and 120 meters high. There you go. Facts. 65 inch. You got me on 65 inches. Wow. And immediately, Cress is in the lead. He's won last week and he's in the lead immediately. The Cowleys are in second. Jussie B and Kazzy in third. Graham Johnson in 5 with Scotty Bell. Next question then. The Statue of Liberty stands on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. Which country built and donated the statue to the US? Was it Holland, England, France, or Italy? Holland, England, France, or Italy? Who gave the Americans the Statue of Liberty? Who we got them playing? You're going to see Mrs. North, Misfits right again. No effing chance. Kaz, John Lake's here. The Ashtons. Oh, Janet, oh, my mother-in-law's in. There we go. And the answer is most of you got that right. 88.8% of you, in fact, got that right, which was the French. It was the French who gave it, of course. Okay. And the Cowleys have gone into the lead. Mark Finney, the Finney family. Hello. You have gone into second early on. Jordan dropped down to third. The Millards are in fifth. Well done, the Millards. It's early round. We've still got 38 questions to go. Machu Picchu was built on a mountain retreat containing palaces and temples among the many buildings. But which people built them? Was it the Incas, the Mayans, the Aztecs, or the Suis? The Incas, the Mayan, the Aztecs, and the Suis. Who built Machu Picchu? Machu Picchu. If I am pronouncing things wrong, I don't give a... And the answer is... It is the Incas. The Incas were the ones who built that. So it's 56.2% of you got that one right. So over half of you. Well done. Got that question right. The Cowleys go back into the league. Matt Finney. Jackie in third. Oh, hello, Jackie. Good evening. James Bell, you are fourth. And Tash, well done, Tash. You're in fifth place. Competitive start. Dave Masnam, off to a bad start. Oh, sorry, Dave. Come on, you can fight it back. Next question. Which Parisian landmark was built for the 1889 World Fair that marked the centennial celebration of the French Revolution? Was it the Eiffel Tower? Was it Notre Dame? Was it the Arc de Triomphe? Or was it the Louvre? The Louvre. The Eiffel Tower, the Notre Dame, the Arc de Triomphe, or the Louvre? Remember, this first 10 questions is about landmarks. Landmarks. And the answer is the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower was it. And it was split for 43% of you actually went for the Arc de Triomphe, but it wasn't. It was the Eiffel Tower. 40% of you got that one right. And Mark Finney takes the lead. Hello, Uncle Mark. The Cowleys have gone into second. Jackie's gone up to third. Richard Bournemouth and Skeggy, he's gone to fourth. And the Misfits ride again. Old quiz champions from the Troll days. They are in fifth, chomping at the bit. And question number 5. Which famous square is the largest open square in Venice and is also generally the busiest place in Venice, especially for tourists and pigeons? Is it St. Peter's Square, St. Luke's Square, St. Stephen's Square, or St. Mark's Square? So the busiest, the most famous square in Venice: St. Peter's Square, Luke's Square, Stephen's Square, or St. Mark's Square? And the answer is it is at Mark Square, and majority of you got that one. 56.6% of you, in fact. Mark Finney's expanded his lead at the top. He is now on 35 points. Jackie, well done, Jackie. You've gone into second, as with the joint second, shall I say, with the Cowleys. And then fourth is Richard Bournemouth, and the fifth is the Misfits. Right again. Can I just ask then, who are the Cowleys playing for the Misfits? Or is it different people? Who knows? Del Wilson. I shouted a little earlier. Now, the Grand Canyon is a huge gorge found in the U.S. state of Arizona by a rich river flows through the canyon. Is it the Rio Grande, the Missouri, the Mississippi, or the Colorado? So what is the river that runs through the Grand Canyon? The Rio Grande, the Missouri, the Mississippi, or the Colorado? Adele, can you explain what happened with your shark, please? And please tell everybody on YouTube that situation. That's come to me as surprise. So what is the river that we are looking for? The Howls are in there, isn't it? The answer is it is the Colorado River. 56.6% of you got that one correct. And the Finnies again extend their lead at the top, 43 points. The Cowleys are now in second. Richard Bournemouth. And no effing chance. Who is in no effing chance? Let me know, please, on here. And the Misfits right again are in joint third. So it's very competitive. And get ready for question number 7. The Sydney Opera House was built in the 1970s and designed by the Dane John Utzon. But in what year was the Opera House officially opened? Was it 73, 75, 77, or 79? So when did the Sydney Opera House get built? Was it in 73, 75, 77, or 79? Looked at the pictures. We went for an hour of exercise. I had to squat while we were out and wipe with leaves. Oh no! Adele, I will tell you my pooing running story when this finishes, because I too share that experience. Poor Adele. And the answer was 1973, and 30.1% of you got that one right. Matt Finney extends his lead again. He is on 50 points. The Cowleys now up to second. And Sophie Johnson, boom, just come into the top 5 on 35. And Agnes as well into the top 5 as well. Well done, Agnes. And then Phil Drinkwater on 33. All change in the top 5, except for the top. So next one. Which famous waterfall lies on the border between Argentina and Brazil and is one of the most spectacular waterfalls in the world? Is it Angel Falls, Guarara Falls, Larger Falls, Lager Falls, or Iguazu Falls? So which waterfall lies between Argentina and Brazil? Angel Falls, Guarara Falls, Larger Falls, or Iguazu Falls? And the answer is it is Iguazu Falls. Iguazu Falls. They are situated on the Iguazu River. There you go. And still 13 points separated at the top. Mark got that one right. The Cowleys up in second. Sophie Johnson. The Pepper family in Scunny. Hi, the Peppers. They are up to fourth. And Robes is up in fifth as well. So again, all change. A lot of change in the top 5, except for the Cowleys and Tigger. Mark Finney. So there you go. Next question. This famous London landmark was the location of the funerals of Lord Nelson, the Duke of Wellington, and Winston Churchill. It was also the venue of the wedding of Prince Charles, should I say, and Lady Diana in 1981. But can you name me the venue? Was it Westminster Abbey, St Paul's Cathedral, Westminster Cathedral, or the Old Bailey? So what landmark are we looking for? Is it Westminster Abbey, St Paul's Cathedral, Westminster Cathedral, or the Old Bailey? And the answer is It was a close one. 47.6% of you got it right, but it was St. Paul's Cathedral. St. Paul's Cathedral. And we have got a little bit of change at the top. No effing chance have gone into fourth, but it's still Mark at the top with 13-point lead. The Cowlers up in second. Sophie Johnson, well done, Sophie, flying in third, and Robes in fifth as well. All could be all change though. Could be all change. Okay, which famous bridge was completed in 1937 and was the brainchild of Joseph Strauss? Was it the Humber Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, or the Sydney Harbour Bridge? So, what was built in 1937, the brainchild of Joseph Strauss? The Humber Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, or Sydney Harbour Bridge? So, we wrote the first. This is the final question on landmarks. And the answer is 63.1% of you got it correct. And it is the Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge. So well done to Mark Finney. He's still top. He's extended his lead down to 18 points. The Cowboys are second. Sophie Johnson in fourth. Kirsty Hudson, get you up into fifth. Well done, Kirsty. Robes has gone up to fourth as well. Any cricket questions this week? I'm not sure there are, actually. Hello, Kirsty. Which of these female bands has a member called Michael? We're on to music now, music rounds. Which of these female bands has a member called Michael? Is it Haim, the Go-Go's, the Bangles, or is it Hole? So it's Haim, the Go-Go's, the Bangles, or Hole. Which female band has a member called Michael? There you go. So music round starts. Kirsty, don't sound so bloody surprised. Sorry, I shouldn't do that, really. I'll just beauty as well as brains, Kirst. We love you. All right. Oh. Okay, and the answer is it is the Bangles. The Bangles had a member called Michael Steele. A lady called Michael Steele. There you go. And she was the bassist in the band, and not much change at the top. In fact, Mark's had his lead cut. He's had his lead cut by 6. The Cowboys are on second there. Robes is third. Sophie Johnson. In fact, there's no change in the top 5 at all. But they say Mark Finney has had his lead cut. So this is it. You've had a change around, you see. Now it could be all change at the top. Next question. In the famous MTV Unplugged session, the band covered A Man Who Sold the World, but who originally wrote the original song? Was it Lulu, Pink Floyd, Peter Gabriel, or David Bowie? So who wrote the song The Man Who Sold the World? Was it Lulu, Pink Floyd, Peter Gabriel, or David Bowie? Oh, slowly it's gone really slow. And the answer is, so I've had a massive one of you. 75.9% of you got that one. It was indeed David Bowie. Now, Lulu famously recorded a cover of it. She did, but the original was wrote and performed by David Bowie. It's still the same at the top, 11-point lead from Mark Finney. And the Cowboys. Robes has gone up to third. Sophie Johnson has back in the top 5 again to fourth. And a new entry, James Bell. Welcome to the top 5, James. We go now with Unlucky for Some, question 13. In 2003, which US band had a UK #1 with the song Bring Me to Life? Was it Evanescence, Foo Fighters, Nickelback, or Limp Bizkit? Was it Evanescence, Foo Fighters, Nickelback, or Limp Bizkit? So who had a hit with Bring Me to Life? Anyone went to Gully's back in the day? It's a Gully's classic, this one. But who performed it? Who performed the song? Okay. And the song was performed by Evanescence, and massively 86.7% of you got that one correct. Bizarrely, they were a US Christian rock group. That was a bit of a gimmick, and they dethroned R. Kelly's Ignition from the top spot. You've got to see the irony of a Christian rock group dethroning R. Kelly. That is a different story. Absolutely no change in the top five at all. Well done to everybody who got that one correct. And we go with question number 14. What was Oasis' first UK number one? Was it Roll With It, Wonderwall, Live Forever, or Some Might Say? So what was Oasis' first UK number one? Was it Roll With It, Wonderwall, Live Forever, or Some Might Say? Let's see if we get any more changing in this top five. And let us know in the comments as well how you're getting on. Always like to see. If you notice, I give 10 extra seconds this week because I think a few people were surprised that we were giving 30 seconds to answer. We gave 10 extra seconds this week. First UK, so the first was Some Might Say. Split, there's a split one, that one. Majority, we did get that wrong, but the majority was 34.9%. Some Might Say was the first of the 8 number one singles for Oasis, the last coming in 2005, which was the importance of being idle. Only changes, Jordan, you are back in the top 5. You are in the hunt again. Don't need them cricket questions. You are on a roll. Jenny keeps giving me the wrong answer. She went to see Oasis as well, Pete. Remember that? She was meant to be a fan. Kirsty, I'm too young for these questions. Okay. 50-50 now. Michael Jackson had 2 duets charts alongside Paul McCartney, but which one featured actually on a Michael Jackson album? Was it Say, 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 or The Girl Is Mine? So Michael Jackson had 2 80s duets with Paul McCartney, but which one actually featured on a Michael Jackson album? Was it Say, 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 or The Girl Is Mine? You were in the top 5 at one point. Oh, on a roll, Jordan. Yeah, get. Yep, yep. It's really good. Really good. Okay. And the answer is The Girl Is Mine. 65% of you got that one right. It featured on Thriller. Say, Say, Say was on McCartney's Pipes of Peace album. And Mark Finney expands his lead at the top to 16 points. Cal is still in there in second. Robes is third. Richard Bourne back into the top 5 again. Jordan, you're out. That roll has ended. You have stopped rolling. Question number 16. Vince Clarke played keyboards in 4 different bands that had UK top 10 hits in the 80s. But please, who are them bands? It's a multiple choice question. 4 answers. So, Yazoo, The Assembly, Erasure, Depeche Mode, or the Human League? Okay, Yazoo, The Assembly, Erasure, Depeche Mode, Human League. Who did Vince Clarke play in? Which bands did he play in? Amazing stat, that. Amazing. But there you go. So name me all 4 bands. All 4. It could be a big point swinger, this one. And the answer is it was Yazoo, The Assembly, Erasure, and Depeche Mode, which the majority of you all got. Well done, everybody, because only 14.6% of you said the Human League, which means Mark is expanded his lead at the top to 18 points. I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid. Please tell me who that is. That is. please let me know. The Cowleys have dropped out of the top 5 as well. Who holds the record for the most UK number 1 singles? Is it Madonna, Take That, The Beatles, Queen, or Elvis Presley? So, who holds the record for the most UK number 1 singles? Is it Madonna, Take That, The Beatles, Queen, or Elvis Presley? 5 to choose from, but only 1 is right. Which one is right? Which one is right? Which one is right? B is nearly gone. Okay. And the answer is Elvis, and 29.4% of you got that one right. Elvis holds the record with a mammoth 21 number ones. The Beatles are second with 17. Madonna has 13 to her name, take that out of 12. And despite having 53 top 40 singles, Queen only had 6 number ones. So, Robs, you have climbed up. You must have answered that one really quick because you've gone into second, and you're now only 13 points away from Mark at the top. Kirsty is back in the top 5. Not see, Mercy, he's not so old. Pete is making me get all the answers wrong. Woodstock originally took place in 1969 with an estimated crowd of over 400,000 people in attendance, but how many Woodstocks have taken place since? So, how many Woodstocks have there been? 2, 4, 6, or 8? So, how many Woodstocks have taken place? 2, 4, 6, or 8? I like to point out, this is meant to be a fun quiz. We don't want domestics happening. Everyone stay calm. Cheers to the key workers. And the answer is it's 4. It is 4 Woodstocks. Woodstock 79 marked the 10th anniversary. It was held at Madison Square Garden. Then there was another one in 89, 94, and 99. And the one was planned in 09, but that got cancelled. So Marcus Robs, you have cut that lead again. Mark's lead is now only 8 points. I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid has gone into 4th with 89. Cookie Monster, Rich, my hero, is late for the start. Shadders. Oh, sorry, Cookie Monster. Sorry, Shadders. Which of these artists did not have a number one single with their version of Unchained Melody? So all of these had a hit with Unchained Melody, well, number ones, in fact, but who didn't? Was it the Righteous Brothers? Was it Elvis Presley, Robson and Jerome, Gareth Gates, or Jimmy Young? So which one didn't have a number one with Unchained Melody? Speaking of domestics, Nick's having a right go for me for telling everyone I pooed in the woods earlier. Nick, relax. Don't worry about it. It don't matter. Sharing is caring. Like I said, I once pooped myself on a run. It's fine. It happens. Nature happens. The answer to that one is Elvis. Elvis was the one who didn't have a number one. So I threw you because I mentioned Elvis had a record as number one earlier, but actually he didn't have a number one with Unchained Melody. 25% of you got that one right. And Mark has extended his lead back to 13 points at the top. I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid has gone into third. Please tell me who that is. I want to know. I'm desperate to know. The Peppers, well done, the Pepper family. They're up there. And we've got our last music question coming up. Which artist or band opened Live Aid in 1985? So, who was the first band that played in Live Aid? Was it Paul Young, U2, Queen, or Status Quo? So, who were the first band to open Live Aid? Paul Young, U2, Queen, or Status Quo? So, we got Dodge, the Seddons, hi to the Seddons, Beachy Daz. Oh, Herders, Skipwiths are in. Just looking who's playing. Huntley's. And the answer to this one is Status Quo. Famously opened it up. They opened up with Rocking All Over the World. If you were thinking Paul Young, he was the first line in Do They Know It's Christmas. So Mark's in his lead cut again. It's 10 points at the top. Raw's still in second. The Dowies. Hello, the Dowies. You have gone into 4th. You were in the top 5. Well done to both of you. You must have had a strong round to get there. And I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid. I sat in 3rd. And I believe the next round now is film and TV. Get ready for film and TV. So between them, they starred in 7 movies. But which of these Batmans played Batman in the most films? Is it Val Kilmer, Christian Bale, Michael Keaton, or George Clooney? So together, they were Batman 7 times, but how many was Batman the most? Val Kilmer, Christian Bale, Michael Keaton, or George Clooney? I know who the best one is, but who played him the most? And the answer is it is Christian Bale, and 57.7%, 6% of you got that one right. He played Batman in 3 films. Michael Keaton did 2, and Val Kilmer and George Clooney were in 1. George Clooney was in Batman and Robin, which is a freaking terrible film. But there you go. No change in the top 5. We carry on. Mark is 12 points clear now. He's expanded the lead a little bit. Scotty Bell, after the question was made for you, it was Scott. I was thinking of you in mind. I wanted to give you a chance, kid. So, next one. Speaking of which actor stroke wrestler publicly announced the death of Osama bin Laden before it was announced by any mainstream news network or even by then President Obama? Was it John Cena, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, or Dave Bautista? So, bin Laden had been killed, and this wrestler went public and told everybody before it even came on the news. But who was it? Was it John Cena, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, or Dave Bautista? The answer was John Cena, and 40% of you got it right. Yeah, he won his weird. He won a match, picked up his microphone, announced to a live crowd that bin Laden had been compromised, but it hadn't actually featured on any news network, or it wasn't announced by the president. How did John Cena know? That's the life's mystery. Mark Finney is still at the top there with, he's spending his lead now. Oh, no, it's not. It's been cut massively to 7 points. Go on, Robs, at the tail. Next one, David Brent. Ricky Gervais played David Brent in the popular BBC comedy The Office, but in the American version of the show, what was the Brent character renamed as? So, what was David Brent's character renamed at in the US Office? Was it Dwight Schrute, Ron Swanson, Michael Scott, or Creed Bratton? So, what was it renamed as? Was it Dwight Schrute, Ron Swanson, Michael Scott, or Creed Bratton? Too easy, says Sam Broughton. Oh, are you not gave her 20 quid by any chance, Sam? Just want to know. Sounds like a name you'd put. Too easy, he says. And the answer is, 61.2% of you got that one right. It is Michael Scott. Michael Scott, no change in the top 5 at all. Sam Broughton, especially subject to The Office. Because, probably is. And we go on to question 24. So we're over halfway, everybody. Time is just flying by. On the subject of American remakes of British shows, what was the name of the Young Ones remake that aired a pilot episode, but the series was never made? So the Young Ones got a pilot in America, American version, but what was it called? Was it called The American Ones? Was it called Rebels Without a Clue? Was it called Oh No, not them? Or was it called Student Chaos? The American Ones, Rebel Without a Clue, Oh No, Not Them, or Student Chaos? There you go. I can't see the Young Ones working in America at all. It's a very, very British show. But they tried it and it didn't work. So what was it called? The answer was it was called Oh No, Not Them. Oh No, Not Them. It starred the original cast member Nigel Planner, but Fox decided after one episode not to make a series of it. It's Robs. You have cut the lead. It is now only 2 points at the top. And I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid. He's only 5 points behind as well. Jordan as well. Jordan, you're back in the top 4. This is exciting. Really close at the top. And we go on to our final TV and film question. What was the first fictional UK TV show that was sponsored? So what was the first fictional UK TV show that had a sponsor? Was it Inspector Morse, Coronation Street, Brookside, or Taggart? So was it Inspector Morse, Coronation Street, Brookside, or Taggart? So obviously you see it now because every show is sponsored by so and so. But what was the first? Which was the first one to be sponsored? Next round, by the way, is sport. 5 questions on sport coming up. And the answer is it's Inspector Morse. Inspector Morse was the first show to be sponsored. Majority of you went for Coronation Street, and only 10% of you got it right. But Inspector Morse was sponsored by Beamish. There you go, he was sponsored by Beamish as well. And as well as adverts throughout, Beamish would be product placed throughout the programme. So there you go. So only 10% of you got that one right. And it's now only 2 points at the top. Very, very excitement. Your best Kirsty tonight. Let's go now. Sports is my strongest point. You've got a lucky chance, 1 in 4, haven't you? You never know, Kirst. So, 26. England topped their group in the opening stages of World Cup 90. Holland and Ireland finished just below them with identical records. How was it decided who would finish second and third? Did it go in alphabetical order? Did it go in FIFA world ranking? Did it go in drawing lots? Or did it go into the previous World Cup records? Was it alphabetical order, world ranking, drawing lots, or if as I put, drawing lots, or previous World Cup records? How was it decided who finished second and who finished third? England came top, of course, England. So the answer is they drew lots. And only 29.8% of you got that one right. Drawing lots determined that Ireland would finish second in the group and face Romania in the second round. Holland, who came third, went out to eventual winners, West Germany. Oh dear. And we have a change at the top. Robs has gone top, and he's top by 3 points. Mark Finney has dropped down to second. Cressy as well, he's on the way, but fourth. And I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid is still in third. Next one. Which of these actors also fought as a professional boxer? Which of these actors also fought as a professional boxer? Was it Sly Stallone, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., or Mickey Rooney? So which of these actors also was a boxer? Stallone, De Niro, Downey Jr., or Rooney? Rooney. Actually, there is a mistake in that one. I've made a clanger. And hopefully, in fact, luckily, my clanger got through because the majority you got one right. I actually meant Ricky Rourke, but you managed if you got that right. 66.3%, in fact, if you got it right. Yeah, he boxes an amateur and a professional alongside his acting career and won all 21 fights he competed with, which is a really impressive record. The majority of you obviously saw my clanger and got it wrong. Robes has extended his lead now to 8 points. This is exciting stuff. Mark Finney, you've got to pull it out. Next one, hurdler Chris Akabusi won bronze in the 92 Olympic Games for Great Britain over what distance? Was it 110 metres, 200 metres, 400 metres, or 800 metres? So what did Akabusi win bronze in? 110 metres, 200 metres, 400 metres, or 800 metres? Leanne Brown, I am shite at this. Sorry, Leanne. It's hard to get a happy medium. So what distance did Akabusi come through at? It was there you go, 56.6% of you got it right, and it was the 400 metres. The 400 metres. Mark, have you stopped playing? Because you've not scored in ages now, and you've dropped down to third. Yeah, Akabusi won bronze in 92, and he beat his own British record time in doing so. So, Robs, you have extended your lead. Well done. And I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid. Has dropped down to second. Has gone up to second. Exciting stuff. Question 29. Who was the first female winner of the BBC Sports Personality of the Year award? Was it Dorothy Hyman, Anita Lonsborough, Mary Rand, or Anne Jones? Who was the first female winner of the BBC Sports Personality of the Year award? Dorothy Hyman, Anita Lonsborough, Mary Rand, or Anne Jones? And the answer is, it's a tough one, this one. 41.7% of you, if I got it right. So the majority of you did it. And it's Anita Lonsborough in 1962. She was a swimmer and she was the first winner of what was then called the Sports View Personality of the Year. And she was aged just 21 when doing so. So, Robs, you are steaming ahead now, 13 points ahead. Well done to you. As we go into our final sports question, which is controversial conspiracy theorist David Icke also played professional football as a goalkeeper. But which of these teams did he play for? There's two answers here. Two answers. Was it Birmingham, Coventry, Walsall, or Hereford? So, controversial conspiracy theorist David Icke also played professional footballer as a goalkeeper. Which teams did he play for? Birmingham, Coventry, Walsall, or Hereford? And it's two answers. And the answer is Coventry and Hereford were the two teams that he played for. Coventry and Hereford. He had to retire at the age of 21 due to having rheumatoid arthritis. But there you go. That is the final sports question. And it's all changed at the top. Robes is there and he is on 144 points. I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid is in second on 131 as we go into our next round, which I can't remember which order I put it in. I think it's on this day. On this day is our next round. Oh no, it's 1996. Sorry, 1996. So on 13th of February 1996, Take That announced they were splitting up. But what was their last single of the 90s? Was it How Deep Is Your Love, Never Forget, Back for Good, or Love Ain't Here Anymore? So on the 13th of February 1996, Take That announced they were splitting up. But what was their last single of the 90s? How Deep Is Your Love, Never Forget, Back for Good, or Love Ain't Here Anymore? So this is the first breakup. I say the first breakup. They haven't broke up since. They're still together. But yes. So when they broke up originally, what was the last single? And the answer is 36.5% of you got that one correct, and it was How Deep Is Your Love is the cover of the Bee Gees record originally. And Robes is still top, but he's had his lead cut considerably. Oh, Mark, you are back in the game. 130. You're back into third. The Peppers again, back into fifth again. Well done to the Pepper family. And we go on to question number 32, and on the theme of 1996. 1996. Next one, the Princess of Wales announced she would sign a divorce with the Prince of Wales, but how long were they separated before they agreed this? So in 96, they finally got divorced, but how long were they separated for? 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or 4 years? So before they were divorced, how long were they separated for? 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, or 4 years? Kirsty Hudson, take that. I've had nearly breakups than me. Technically, they've only had one breakup, Kirsty. Just a lot of people have left. And you've only had one breakup too, and he was an idiot. So there you go. And the answer to this one is 3 years. They were separated for 3 years. So Diana finally agreed to divorce proceedings with Charles after being separated since 1993. Robes is still at the top. The lead is cut. It is now 8 points. There you go. Well, not much change at the top. 8 questions remaining. 3 more on 1996. On the 5th of July 1996, the first successfully cloned mammal was born at the Roslin Institute in Scotland. It was a sheep, but what was its name? So, what was the first successfully cloned mammal born at the Roslin Institute called? Was it Tilly, Willie, Ollie, or Dolly? So, 5th of July 1996, the first genetically cloned sheep. Tilly, Willie, Ollie, or Dolly? And the answer is it is Dolly. Most of you got that one. 91.7% of you got that one correct. Dolly was the it was a female domestic sheep and the first mammal clone from an adult somatic cell using the process of nuclear transfer. There you go. So majority got that one right. No change. In fact, Mark's dropped down. Are you okay, Mark? What's going on, Mark Finney? I expected he's got that one right, but there you go. As we go on to question number 34, which British driver won the Formula One World Drivers' Championship in 1996? Was it Nigel Mansell, Damon Hill, David Coulthard, or Jenson Button? So, which British driver won the Formula One Drivers' Championship in 1996? Was it Nigel Mansell, Damon Hill, David Coulthard, or Jenson Button? Which one? And the answer to this one is Damon Hill. And again, vast majority of you all got this one right. 70.6% of you, in fact. Robes is still at the top. I'm not gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid is still second. Cressy is in third. Mark's gone back up to fourth again. And the Dowie family, welcome back to the Dowies in the top five on 132. Last question on 1996, and then it is on this day. And Hill clinched championship for Williams in the Japanese Grand Prix. Question number 35. In which sport did Great Britain win their only gold medal at the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games? In which sport did Great Britain win their only gold medal at the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Games? Was it cycling, javelin, rowing, or swimming? So, which did they win their only gold medal? Was it cycling, javelin, rowing, or swimming? It was one of the worst Olympics Britain's ever competed in. We did absolutely rubbish in Atlanta. Too hot. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of ginger people in the team. But who was it? The answer is it was rowing, and 57.1% of you got that one right. It was by Matt Pinson and Steve Redgrave, of course. They win all the medals. And exactly no change at all in the top five. So the final round then is on this day. So it's things that have happened on this day. There are a mixed bag of questions. Okay, multiple choice again. Final round, top five, everything to play for. It's really close at the top. Let's see how well you get on, everybody. Good luck. Here we go. On this day in 1983, Meryl Streep won her second Best Actress Oscar, but for which film? The Deer Hunter, The French Lieutenant's Woman, Silkwood, or Sophie's Choice. So, what did she win her second Oscar for? The Deer Hunter, The French Lieutenant's Woman, Silkwood, or Sophie's Choice? So, the fantastic Meryl Streep, which is amazing. She'd won her second Oscar before I was even born. I couldn't even ride my bike till about 10. She was winning Oscars. Incredible. Incredible. And the answer to this one is it was Sophie's Choice, and the majority of you got that one right. 44% of you, in fact, got that one right. Streep won her first Oscar for Kramer versus Kramer, and she's had since then 22 Oscar nominations. The Streepster. They play to the Streepster. Her and the Hanks, the best around, aren't they? Jordan Cressy's got himself back into the top five. So has Sophie. Well done. Still close at the top, though. Only 7 points creeping up. It's going to be a tight finish. That's what she said. On this day, Lisa Stansfield celebrates her 54th birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. But what was her name of her only solo UK number one? Was it All Around the World, All Woman, Change, or People Hold On? So Lisa Stansfield celebrates her birthday today. But what was the name of her only UK number one? Was it All Around the World, solo number one, should we say? All Around the World, All Woman, Change, or People Hold On? Matt Finney just told me he keeps losing internet. That's why he's out of it. Like someone's capitalised. And the winner is, the winner is, should I say, the answer 73.98% of you got it right. It was All Around the World. And no change at the top, really. But Jordan, you are creeping back in on this. You one little save. If they make a mistake at the top, you could win this. 3 more questions to go in the On This Day, and we are done. We'll be able to tell you the top 10. It was just their second single as well. There you go. Okay, 2000 on this day, 2016, author and notorious British drug dealer Howard Marks passed away. What was his notorious nickname? Was it Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Bad, Mr. Nice, or Mr. Stoned? That sounds like the worst Mr. Men ever, doesn't it? So on this day in 2016, author and notorious British drug dealer Howard Marks passed away. What was his nickname? Was it Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Bad, Mr. Nice, or Mr. Stoned? And the answer to this one is it was Mr. Nice. Mr. Nice. 47.1% of you got it. But you might remember there was a film about him starring Rhys Evans, the Welsh actor, about 10 years ago. Yeah, Mr. Nice was his name. Again, top 5 remains unchanged. We've got 2 questions remaining. Robs is in the hot seat. Only 8 points behind him, though, is I'm Not Gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid. I still think it's Sam. On this day in 2005, James Vaughan of Everton became the Premier League's youngest ever goal scorer at 16 years and 271 days, which is a record that's still unbeaten. Whose record did he beat? Was it Steven Gerrard, James Milner, Wayne Rooney, or Michael Owen? So whose record did he beat to become youngest goal scorer? Steven Gerrard, James Milner, Wayne Rooney, or Michael Owen? And then we come on to the last question in a moment. I hope this has killed kind of an hour of your evening anyway. It's something to look forward to. And the answer to this one is it is James Milner, and only 16.7% of you got that one correct. Milner held the record for 30 months, because he was 16 and 356 days. And I think he'd beaten Rooney for that record as well. So only 16.7% of you got that one correct. No change at the top. Though Rubs, I think, he's had his lead cut slightly. We come into the last question. Here we go, everybody. On this day in 1981, Ronald Reagan was released from hospital, but why was he originally admitted? Did he suffer a heart attack? Was it a broken leg? Was it an organ transplant? Or was he shot? So Ronald Reagan was released from hospital. He's president of the United States at the time, but why was he originally admitted? Was he suffered a heart attack? Was it a broken leg? An organ transplant? Or was he shot? So the final question. And the answer is he was shot. He was shot. President Reagan was subject to an attempted assassination from John Hinckley earlier in the year. He recovered quickly and was back in power back in office, would say, within 2 weeks. And the winner, Mark Reed. Robs, congratulations, by 3 points. Sophie, well done. You got yourself up to 3rd on the last question. Jordan, last week's winner, is technically in 4th. It was like a points difference. The Cowl is in 5th. No, and there we go. So we got our top 10, and our top 10 is in followed. The Misfits Ride Again came 10th. Mark Finney, who was having problems with the internet, still managed to come 9th. The Ashton Rays, well done. Big improvement on last week. You are now 8th. The Peppers as well. Well done to the Pepper family. You are in 7th. The Dowies, well done. Just missed out on the top 5. You came 6th. The Cowleys are in 5th. Jordan Cressy, last week's winner, in 4th. Sophie Johnson, well done to Sophs, up in 4th. And the Johnson family, I guess, is contributing as well, up in 3rd. I'm Not Gay, but 20 quid is 20 quid, came 3rd, but by just 3 points. Robs, you are this week's winner. Well done to Mark Reed, everybody. And thanks, everybody, for contributing in this quiz. I'm going to post on Facebook a little post in a minute. So, obviously, everyone, I'm going to ask you all for your positions. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. 34th, well done, Hayley. That's a good score. You capitalised on shit internet. You capitalised on someone's shit internet. Yes, you did, Mark. Well done. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for just joining in. Now, next week, next Saturday, I am at work, so I can't do next Saturday, but I could potentially do Friday night. So if anyone wants to do Friday night, I will do another quiz forum on Friday. That is not a problem. 38 to the Huntley. That's all right, Tom. That's all right. That's decent. It's halfway. I think we had 90 odd in the quiz today, so that was really good. Friday night quiz night. That's a good point. I know that a lot of people like Friday night dinner, so I'll be wary of clashing with that and could possibly do it at maybe 8:30. So that kind of good. Bloody 56. Oh, sorry, Jen. So potentially I could do next Friday if everyone wants to join us. I think the YouTube thing has worked out really, really well. Not bad for a blonde, Curse. It isn't. Josie, 12. He had a blonde with him as well. So well done, Josie, to you. Leanne, you think you were last. Leanne, we'll take Friday night. We did better than last week, so we're happy. That's good. The kind of Carlin didn't you know good, Jen. Probably it might not do, to be honest with you. Just think you're loose lipped, to be honest with you. Potentially we could do another quiz next Friday. Hope everybody is staying safe in isolation. It's just nice to do something. It's nice for me as well because it gives me something to do, much to the chagrin of my wife. But there you go. So well done to everybody. I will be ending the stream in a moment and I'll just put on Facebook asking how everybody got on. And thank you for joining me again. And thank you for spreading the word. And thank you for joining us on the last minute change as well, because I know that was a bit of a nightmare. So bye, everybody. And I'll see you next week.